Hello all, hope you all are doing good. In today's session, we are going to learn joins and different types of joins that are there in DBMS, namely inner join, outer join, and self join. Firstly, let us know what is a join. Joins are used to combine two or more tables with a common column into a single set of records. So it is said that it is used to combine two or more tables with a common column into a single set of records, which means with the help of joins in database management system, it is easy to fetch the data from multiple tables if and only if those tables contain a common column. So thereby you can collect the records or the tuples from the two or more tables into a single set of records. So this is what a join is. So in the join, we will be making use of where clause in order to filter the data for retrieval purpose. Now let us move on to the different types of joins. Firstly, we have inner join, and the other name for inner join is what? Equijoin. So let us see the definition which is written over here. A join in which the joining condition is based on equality between the values in a common column. So you can understand the definition by seeing this particular picture. So here we have a representation of inner join. Assume that we have two tables and we are going to retrieve the tuples from the tables using inner join. So when the tuples are retrieved, the resultant set would contain only the tuples that are common. This is my student table with some attributes, namely roll number, name, and the other one is course ID. And now I'm going to take one more table. Say the other table is the course table, which contains two attributes, namely course ID and the other one is course name. So the question is to display student name as well as course name, okay, whose roll number is 2. So when this kind of question is asked, so how you are going to get the answer? Here, S name is a student name which is present in student table, whereas course name is present in course table. And it is asked to get the data for these two attributes whose roll number is 2. So if course name is also present in single table, then it is easy to get the data. As course name is present in a different table, here is the concept where you have to make use of joins. Now, by making use of inner join, how you are going to get the data? Let me write down the command here. Using select, we are going to write the query. Select is a command or a statement used to retrieve the data from one or more tables. So thereby we will be making use of select command. So the query here is select student name, that is S name, comma, course name from which table? From student table. Inner join, we are joining the student table with the course table. So inner join course, where student dot, there is a common attribute that is present between those two tables, which is known as CID, which is a course ID. So student dot CID is equal to course dot CID, end with semicolon. The output is we are going to get the column names like S name, that is student name, as well as course name. Because after select command, we have specified the values to be retrieved for only these particular columns. From student table, you can see that there is 101 which is available here. So let us check whether 101 is also present in the course table or not. So here there is 101. Here you get A. And what is the course name for 101 is given? It is Java. So we are going to write Java here. Similarly, we are going to check for 102. 102 is present here, but it is not present here. So you get the tuples only which are in common. So as 102 is not present here, that is not going to be retrieved in our output. Next, coming to 103. 103 is present here. And let us check whether 103 is present in the course table. Yes, we have 103 in the course table. So thereby The name for this 103 in student ID is C, and the course name for this 103 is C++. So you get this as output. And next, are there anything in the student table? No. Now let us see, are there anything in the course table? Yes, we have 104. But there is no matching record in the student table. Simply remember that left join, whenever it is used, all the tuples that are there in the left table will be retrieved as output, as well as any tuples that are there in the second table which matches with the tuples in the left table will also be retrieved as our output. Now let us take the same query by making some changes. So in the place of inner join, if I am going to replace this with the left join, now what is going to happen? So as said before, what is the output that you get for the left join? We are going to get the values for the student name as well as course name, right? All the tuples that are there in the left table. So whenever you are writing left join, so to this particular left join, whichever table name you represent here will be considered as the left table. And after left join, whichever table name you represent here, that will be known as the right table. So don't get confused which table is to be considered as a left and which one is to be taken as right. Now, anything that matches with the second table will also be retrieved as output. So let us see. For A, what is the course ID we have? 101. And 101 is also present here. And the course name is what? Java. So thereby, you're going to get Java as output. For B, the course ID is what? 102. So the person B has taken course ID as 102, but 102 course ID is not available in the course table. So thereby, for B, the value which you get for course name is null. And next coming to the another one, which is 103. So 103 course ID is also present here in the course table. And what is the course name which we have specified? That is C++. So thereby you get C++ as output. Clear? Now we are going to find out the output for this right outer join. So same query, by replacing the left outer join with right outer join, let us see what kind of changes you get in our output. So this is my output. Let us go back to the slide and find out the values that you have for the course table as well as the student table. So right outer join is used to retrieve all the tuples from the right table. Okay. And then any matched things or the records that are present in the left table that are also be retrieved in our output. Java, C++, and Python. Right? Next, you have to get the names for the student name. Now, how you have to get the output for it? Let us again go back to the previous slide. For Java, what is the course ID we have? For Java, we have course ID as 101. Let us check 101 is present in the student table or not. Yes, we have 101 in our student table. And the name which you have for 101 is what? A. So the student A have enrolled for the course Java. So thereby you have to get A as an output in our resultant table. I'm going to write down A over here. Similarly, we have what? C++. Course ID for C++ we have. So the course ID for C++ is what? It is 103. Now let us check whether 103 is present in the student table or not. Yes, we have 103 in the student table. C as an output. Now let us check for Python. So what is the course ID we have for Python? It is 104. And let us check whether 104 is present in the student table or not. Here we have 101, 102 and 103. There are no other course IDs present in the student table. As 104 is not present, but the course name Python is present, there is no student who have enrolled for Python. So thereby, under name column, we are going to get null value. So in the output, you get your null. Full outer join is what? We are going to get the tuples from both table 1 and table 2. It is not about the matching tuples, or it is not about the tuples present in the left table or the right table. Let us see the output, what you are going to get. And what are the changes that you can make in the query? Simply, we are replacing this right by using full join. So here we are retrieving the values for the student name as well as the course name. Now let us see what all values that are there under student name in the student table as well as the names that you find in the course table. A and Java will be our output. So here I'm going to write A as well as Java. There is no 1 or 2 in the course table. So under course name, we are going to get null as an output. So here I'm going to write B, and here as there is no course name, we are going to get null. And next is what? 103. 103 is present in the course table. And who is the person have enrolled for CID 103? C is the person. And what is the course name we have? That is C++. So thereby you get output as C, C++. And next, we have another course ID, which is 104. For 104, there is no person enrolled, but the course name is what? Python. So thereby, in the output, what you are going to get? We get Python as an output, but there is no person enrolled for it. So thereby, you get null in the place of student name. So this is the output which is retrieved when we are using full outer join. And next coming to self-join. And the other name for self-join is what? Recursive join. We have only one table and the table is joined to itself where the joining condition is based on the column of the same table. Right. List the names of employees and their manager names from employee table. Firstly, let us consider an employee table. So this is my employee table name, and we have attributes like employee ID, employee name, and we have another one which is manager ID. The question is you have to retrieve the name of the employees as well as manager names. So when manager names are also asked, from the table, we have employee names, but we don't have manager names. But by making use of self-join, you can also get the names of the manager. Self-join means join operation is performed on the same table. So thereby, I am taking the same table here. One more, let us assume that this is the blueprint or the Xerox of the original table. Even dot employee name. Because employee name is the attribute you are retrieving from E1, that is from this table, E1 table. Thereby I have written E1 dot employee name as, you can take down an alias name for it. So I am taking alias name as E name, comma, E2 dot E name as, from this E2 employee table, I am retrieving another name, that is employee name from this table. And that alias name I'm going to represent as manager name. From, now you have to relate these two tables using where condition. Now when this particular query is executed, what is the output you are getting? You are getting output for the employee name and then manager name. Check whether this one is present in E2 or not. You are matching this with the manager ID. So one is somewhere here, it is present. So for one, under employee table E1, what is the name you have? That is A. So A will be retrieved as output. And for one in employee E2 table, what is the name you have? D. So you get manager name as D. So for employee A, who is the manager? D is the manager. So this is how we are going to get the manager names for the employees using self-join. Hope you have understood today's lecture. Let us meet in the next session. Thank you.